installed power capacity. Well, we want to get into another interesting conversation with two gentlemen from the National Social Security Fund, and that is Dr. Kiisa, who is the Public Relations Manager at the NSSF, and we also have with us Geofry Mulinge, who will also be giving us some interesting insights in relation to new applications that the NSSF has been trying to take up. Perhaps let me start off with you, Dr. Kiisa. Talk us through what should we expect now that we're seeing consumers in this day and age want convenience at their phone, at their doorstep, at the click of a button.
Yeah, thank you again. The NSSF, through the leadership of the Board of Trustees, have taken a deliberate move since 2012 when we rebranded from the old NSSF to the new. We even made bolder steps to be ISO certified, 1009 to 2008 by that time. And we realized that we were not reaching customers, and especially the younger generation. And we deliberately thought of diversifying ways of trying to reach this bigger population. Because, you know, the younger population is such a huge sector of this country's population.
Correct.
So what we have done is that we have looked at many ways, aspect of trying to make sure that the customer can reach us easily.
How have you done this?
One of the ways is that we have had many technological ways and setups that will enable customers. For example, initially, you had to come to offices to register. You had to come to offices to submit. But we have many ways of now enabling our customers to reach us.
Okay.
And just more than that, before my colleague explains on the digital platform, we have actually made sure that the money that comes to NSSF is very secure.
All right.
That has been one of our problems.
I know that's a big challenge, really.
But the Board of Trustees actually say that they have to go by the law.
All right.
We have professional fund managers. We have 6 of them who are managing your money when it comes to NSSF. We have 2 custodians who are managing your funds.
All right.
So when the money reaches there, they are going to make decisions on how they are going to invest. In fact, as we speak now, NSSF is, I think, it was the first organization to be ISO certified, 1009, 2015.
That's a major milestone.
Yes.
Let me bring in Mulinge now, and looking at just picking up from what Dr. Kiisa has mentioned, talk to us about the ICT bit that this application will be able to do before we have a live demonstration.
Okay. We shall be showcasing 3 digital platforms which the organization is using to reach their customers. I'll start with the e-service. The e-service was developed to cater for the large employers as well as an individual. What you do is you go to our website, which is www.nssf.or.ke.
Yes.
Then there's a link for e-service. When you are a registered employer, you've got to register again to the e-service such that you are able to be authenticated. So there's a step for knowing your customer, whereby you've got to come to the branch once, such that we are sure that whoever is coming for that certification is the real employer.
Sure.
Then after that, when you go back to your premises, you'll be able to do various functions. You'll be able to log into the system, prepare the SF24 return, which is a list from the employers which contains the names of the employees plus the contributions amount. All right. In our e-service, you'll be able to prepare the return into a consumable format. There's a link called payroll conversion. When that one is done, you launch the return into the system. Then if the return is in the correct format, you get what you call UPN. UPN stands for Unique Payment Number, and it has the amount or the obligation you are supposed to pay to NSSF.
All right, all right.
When you're equipped with that UPN number, there are many channels you can use to pay for the same. One, you can come to our office with that UPN number. A receipt is issued to you immediately, and when you get the statement, you'll find that the amounts have been credited to the member's account. If you don't want to come to our offices, you can use another channel, which I'm going to describe briefly, which is called the mobile application.
Oh, yes.
It has the capability of you getting in, using the UPN number which you generated from the e-service, and paying for the NSSF contribution, provided the amount is not more than 7,000, which is the limit for M-Pesa.
All right. Actually, as you speak, we're already having it live demonstration going on, as you can see on that other end. But please continue with walking us through this as we...
Still on e-service, an employer will be able to get their statement, and they're also they'll be able to print their receipts in case they don't want to come to the offices for receipting purposes.
Yes.
The second channel, which is the mobile app, this is available for all the smartphones. You go to the Google Play Store, you look for the application NSSF, you download it to your mobile, then you do the registration, because by that time, you've got to have a valid NSSF number. So the initial registration which you do there is to make you be able to use the e-service as well as the application on the mobile.
Sure.
When you are certified correctly, you'll be able to pay for your contribution using the mobile app. You'll be able to get your statement on the go, because now you will have already been certified as a user of the application, and you know your NSSF number. As I've already said, when you have the mobile app and you've raised the UPN using e-service, you can also you can use the mobile app to pay.
Okay. All right.
The mobile app, maybe just to add on what my colleague is saying, mobile app is also going to help especially voluntary contributors, Mama Bogas, once they get on that, they're registered.
And those are the bulk of the
contributors. And we also have an M-Pesa number for those ones who can just register as voluntary contributors. The mobile number of business is our
as well as
number.
Airtel Money.
Yes, both of them.
All right.
So yeah, it's a 333300.
Okay.
It's going to make it so easy, because most of the people, like you might be knowing, people in the informal sector are so busy. They wouldn't have time to come to offices to queue to pay. And this mobile app also is going to make it easy for you to monitor how your savings are growing with NSSF. Because most of the things that we realize is that when people come to claim for their money, they actually come and waste a lot of time to check whether the employer was remitting or how their statement is. So these platforms are going to make it easy for you to monitor how your money is growing, so that when you come to claim, it will take even less than a day, because at the moment, we are paying customers their money who have checked their statements are fine in a week. In fact, you just get an SMS from us.
Will this reduce the time?
Oh, yeah, it's reducing the time, because like before we started this in 2012, it used to take about 30 days. 30 days, it used to take about 50 days, sometimes 3 months. But nowadays, the average by the end of the year, financial year 2015, 2016, 30th, we had an average of about 8 days paying.
That's a very big reduction in time taken. And finally, Mulinge, so looking at this ICT system, of course, there is a cost towards implementing automation. How big a cost was it, and what's the return on investment? How long should we expect NSSF to recoup the money that went into acquisition and procurement?
Actually, the technology which we've used is one of the best world pension system. It's called SSPAS. And the amount involved is not colossal. It's not a lot of money comparing to the benefits we are reaping from it.
Yes.
Because as you have told you, our mobile app is integrated with the core pension system, such that when you pay through the mobile app, you get the statement from the main system, it will be updated.
All right.
Our M-Pesa, which my colleague has talked about, is also linked to the core pension system, such that there's real-time updating and an SMS comes a confirmation of payment. We are also planning to bring USSD application, which will be equipped with the features which are good for our customers. You'll be able to get your statement using the normal simple phone.
That makes life easy.
Oh, yes. And that one is geared towards our large market of Juakali, whereby they don't have smartphones, but they've got the normal phones.
Sure, the feature phones.
Yes. And also, building on the same system, we are building a payment gateway such that when you raise your UPN from wherever you are, you go to the designated banks and you pay from there.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are building on the same technology using Oracle database, which is quite stable, one of the world's best because of security and scalability.
Sure.
Yes.
And just want to get closing thoughts from you, Dr. Kiisa. Where does this place NSSF as well as contribution collections moving forward?
Actually, like you know, the purpose of NSSF is mobilizing local resources for nation development. That is going to actually help the government and us Kenyans to reduce on international borrowing. Because when we mobilize resources locally, it will be even cheaper for the government to borrow internally as opposed to borrowing externally. And another thing is that we are working very hard to make sure that we are as open as possible. Like you know, we are going to have our 4th AGM tomorrow morning. And you realize maybe from the time we started embracing this technology, in 2012, we had actually the total asset base of 56 billion. But as we speak now, our total asset base is 197 billion.
Oh, wow.
So one of the biggest pension schemes in the country today.
All right.
So we are looking forward to getting through like this, the way we are talking here, so that people can get to know that they can top up, they can access us easily, they can talk to us on our toll-free lines. We are open on Facebook, we are on Twitter, so that people can be able to talk to us, so we can get as much as possible, so that the Kenyans can change their attitude of
the perception
today, you have to save for tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the things that we are aiming to do, so that we can improve the mobilizing of local resources for national development.
Many thanks, Dr. Christopher Kiisa, from the NSSF, Head of Public Relations and Communications Manager. And of course, interesting times for the NSSF. We've also been speaking to Geofry Mulinge, who is the Head of Business Systems at the IT department. And of course, we also had a gentleman on the extreme end just giving us a demo of how the systems work, and you should try it out, because you need to ensure you also are tech savvy for this change to take place. Well, tomorrow KTN Morning Express will be live at the NSSF AGM at KICC. Do make a point to tune in.